Nagulat ako. 14 countries daw ang pupunta, more or less, if I'm not mistaken. 14! 1-4, guys. Ang dami. Tapos andito rin si Malaysia, si Vietnam, sino pa ba? Si China lang yata, wala eh. Ang dami, guys. Ito daw yung ito daw yung pinakamalaking balikatan ever. Sobrang dami. Kasama si France. Meron pa New Zealand. Sa Monday, string. Yung balikatan. Ito, panoorin natin yung balita.
Dumating na sa Palawan ang puwersa ng mga sundalong Amerikano na kaisa sa gaganaping 2024 balikatan exercise na magsisimula sa Lunes, April 22. Sa mga larawang ibinahagi ng Western Command ng Armed Forces of the Philippines, makikita na inihahanda na ang lahat ng logistics na gagamitin para sa nasabing joint military exercise. Kabilang sa isasagawang pagsasanay ang field training exercises at combined joint all-domain operations. Gayun din ang multinational maritime exercises na gagawin sa exclusive economic zone ng Pilipinas. Layo ng balikatan exercise na lalo pang mapag-ibayo at mapalakas ang military capabilities ng Pilipinas at Estados Unidos sa pagresponde sa anumang krisis at banta sa national security. Tatagal ang balikatan exercise hanggang sa May 10, 2024.
Ito. Biggest interagency participation. Pati ka Philippine Coast Guard kasama eh. Di ba? Hindi naman yun. Hindi naman, 16,000 participants. Dami. Tapos may observers ka pa. According to the Philippine Army Colonel Michael Lohico, Balikatan Executive Agent, the participants will be composed of around 16,700. Ang dami. Ang dami, guys. Diyos ko. 16,700 troops with addition of personnel from the Australian Defence Force and the Marine Nationale ng French Navy. Kaya pala galit na galit si China. So mga kutsera, bago tayo magpatuloy sa ating susunod na topic, magka-shoutout muna ako sa mga kaibigan natin sa Sendwave. So kayo ay nasa US, UK, Canada, Italy, France, Spain, Ireland, and Belgium, ay pwede na kayo magpadala ng mga remittances sa Pilipinas gamit ang Sendwave. Ang gagawin nyo lang ay download ng Sendwave app, gumawa kayo ng account, lagay nyo ba account details ni John. Pwede na kayo magpadala sa mga pamilya sa Pilipinas through GCash sa mga cash pickup at iba't ibang mga bangko sa Pilipinas. At kapag ginamit nyo pa po ang aking promo code na Coach Jared, ay makakakuha kayo ng karagdagang $20 free credit. Kaya gamitin na si Sendwave for all of your remittance needs. Ay, my goodness. So if we count them all, it might be the largest. So PBBM is right. Ito na yung pinakamalaki. May mga observers ka pa. Brunei, Canada, France, Germany, Great Britain, India, Indonesia, Japan, Malaysia, New Zealand, Republic of Korea, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. At andyan yung iba ng ASEAN, no? Yung si Brunei, ASEAN yan. Si Indonesia, ASEAN. Si Malaysia, ASEAN din yan. Si Thailand, ASEAN yan. Si Vietnam, ASEAN din yan. Robin, baka happy ka na. Senator Robin Padilla, baka happy ka na. Ayan yung ASEAN, nandyan. Kaya pala nagagalit si China. Grabe. Okay, anyway, sabi, our combined capabilities with the armed forces of the Philippines are stronger than ever. Every day that we work and train together, the bonds between our people grow stronger. Our capabilities grow stronger. Our alliance grows stronger. Yun ang sinabi ng U.S. Lieutenant General William Journey, U.S. Marine Corps Forces Pacific and U.S. Exercise Director for Balikatan 2024. Bihira to. Tsaka di ba mga kotsero, last time, nagkaroon din ng parang version ng Balikatan si China. Pero ang kasama niya, si Cambodia, si Vietnam. Cambodia, Vietnam, tsaka Laos, if I'm not mistaken. O baka may iba pa. Pero basta, yun. Ang dami nito, guys. 16,000. Diyos ko, 16,000. Tuwan-tuwa ang mga negosyante sa niyan, sa Palawan. Tuwan-tuwa ang mga negosyante. Di ba? Lakas ng negosyo nyo sa isang buwan. Not only that, mga kotsero, nabalitaan nyo na ba to? Dumating kahapon? Si Brahmos, supersonic cruise missile dumating na kahapon, guys. India delivers first batch of Brahmos to the Philippines. Grabe to. Yan, no? Dineliver kahapon. Friday afternoon. India delivered the first batch of BrahMos supersonic cruise missiles to the Philippines on Friday. In January 2022, Philippines concluded a $375 million deal with India for 3 batteries of shore-based anti-ship variant of the BrahMos, becoming the first export customer for the joint venture missile between India and Russia. So the first batch was delivered on board transport aircraft of the Indian Air Force, which landed in the Philippines on Friday afternoon. Specifics of the delivery were not immediately available. Dapat naman talaga. Wag dapat nga hindi na ano to najajaryo pero andyan nabalita na. Nabalita na siya. So ano bang magagawa natin? Andyan na siya. So yun. The delivery comes amid the showdown talaga. Ano to? Para Street Boys? May tumblingan, may showdown ng tumblingan. Showdown? The delivery comes amid the showdown between Philippines and China in the South China Sea, which has been ongoing for the last few months and will significantly augment the defensive posture of the Philippine Armed Forces once the systems are operationalized. Ayan. So happy ngayon si Secretary Gibo Chodoro. US deploys mid-range missiles in the Philippines amid joint military exercise. So nagbagsak sila ng Typhoon. Ito yung controversial. Ito yung pinaka-controversial. Bakit? Kasi dito nag-react si China. Parang parang ang dating is si China hindi siya masyadong takot sa balikatan, hindi siya masyadong takot sa mga alliances ng Pilipinas. Dito siya natakot nung nagkaroon na ng mid-range missiles. nung nag-deploy pa lang Amerika ng mid-range missiles. Bakit natakot? Kasi paano ko nasabing natakot? Kasi naglabas sila ng statement. China concerned over US deployment of medium-range missiles to the Philippines. Dito sila natakot. Oo. Partida, hindi pa papuputokin yan. Naglagay lang, nandyan lang sa sa lupa. Naka-deploy lang. Hindi pa papuputokin, nandyan lang siya. Bakit? Ito yung sinabi ng China.
Hala ang China sa pagdadala ng Estados Unidos. Nagpahayag ng pagkabahala ang China sa pagdadala ng Estados Unidos ng Mid-Range Capability Missile System o MRCS sa Pilipinas. Kasalukuyang nasa Northern Luzon ang missile system para sa military exercises ng Pilipinas at Estados Unidos. Kauna-unahang pagkakataon na nag-deploy sa bansa ng MRCS na may kakayahang maglunsad ng Standard Missile 6 at Tomahawk Land Attack Missiles. Ayon kay Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Lin Jian, pinag-iigting nito ang tensyon sa rehiyon at pinalalala ang banta ng misjudgment at miscalculation. Hinikayat din nito ang Estados Unidos na respetuhin ang security concerns ng ibang bansa at tigilan ang pagdadagdag ng banta ng military confrontation. Dagdag pa nito, dapat iniisip ng Pilipinas ang tunay na intensyon ng Amerika at hindi dapat nagpapagamit, lalo na't security interest ng bansa ang nakasalalay. Bukod sa China, kinundi na rin ng Pilipinong nagkakaisa para sa soberanya o Pinas ang US deployment ng Tomahawk missile launcher sa Northern Luzon. Ayon kay Pinas spokesperson Antonio Tino, nangangahulugan ng matinding escalation ng US military build-up sa Pilipinas ang deployment...
Antonio Tino, di ba act teachers to dati? So ibang grupo naman tinayo mo ngayon. Pero CPP, NPA front pa din. Anyway.
ng missile system. Sa pagpapahintulot ni Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Jr. dito, ipinararating umano nito sa China ang intensyong bigyang daan ang paglulunsad ng Amerika ng mga pag-atake sa China mula sa ating teritoryo. Samantala, nilinaw naman ng Balikatan 2024 Executive Agent Colonel Mike Lohico na hindi pa puputukin ang Standard Missile-6 sa isasagawang military exercise. Rosa Licoz, UNTV News and Rescue. Diyos ang aming sandigan, serbisyo publiko.
Hindi pa mapuputokin yan, mga kakotsero. Nanggigigil na ang China. Naka-standby lang, nandun lang. Oh, anong ba't nagreklamo kayo? Sabi ni China. The US's move exacerbates regional tensions and increases the risk of misjudgment and miscalculation. Ay, talaga may ganun ba? Wala namang dapat problema with China, kundi lang kayo kasi dyan sa China, kung makakarating man tong video na to kung kanino mang Chinese, translate nyo na lang. Wala, hindi naman magkakaproblema sa Pilipinas kung nirespeto nyo yung sovereign rights ng Pilipinas. Kaso hindi eh. Hindi nyo nirespeto ang sovereign rights ng Pilipinas eh. Oo. Kaya ganyan. Kung ang bansa mahina, anong gagawin? O halimbawa, tayo na lang. Halimbawa, tayong hampas lupa. Halimbawa, meron ng siga-siga sa kanto. Alam natin hindi natin kaya. 'Di ba? Wala tayong magagawa para labanan yung siga na yun. Anong gagawin natin? Hanap tayo rest back. Yung kasing lakas niya o mas malakas pa sa kanya. It's just logic, 'di ba? Ganun lang naman kasimple yun eh. Kung hindi nirerespeto yung mga karapatan natin, anong gagawin natin? Hanap tayo ng kakampi. Hanap tayo ng maraming kakampi. At yung maraming kakampi na yan, mga kotsero, dapat either kasing lakas ni China, mas malakas pa kay China, or pag nagsama-sama, kayang-kayang pataubin si China. Pero anong reaction ni China? Ang sabi niya, ginigipit niyo naman ako. Ba't niyo ako pinagtutulungan? Kung di ba naman kayo isang gagot kalahati, kasalanan niyo yun. Again, pardon my French. Kasalanan niyo yun. Kung inayos niyo yung pagtrato sa Pilipinas, hindi niyo binubuli, hindi niyo ginagawang laruan ng mga water cannon niyo, yung mga barko namin, o di walang problema. Stop stoking military confrontation. Stop undermining peace and stability in the region. Ha? May peace and stability ba? Dito ako natawa eh. Stop stoking military confrontation. Wait lang, ilang base militar meron kayo sa West Philippine Sea? Kapal na mga mukha nito mga to. Ang dami-dami yung base militar doon. Tapos sasabihin nyo, stop stoking military confrontation. Anak ka ng tipaklo. Stop undermining peace and stability. Huwag niyong guluhin ang kapayapaan namin dito. O, payapa kasi siga ka. Para sa'yo, payapa kasi ikaw yung nasusunod. Di ba? Ganun lang mag-isip mga siga eh. Siyempre, ayaw nilang mawala yung kanilang kapangyarihan kung nasaan man sila. Siga eh. Bully eh. So, pag pinatulan mo ang bully, ang unang-una niya isipin, teka, nagugulo yung ko dito, teritoryo ko dito Oh. Kaya stop undermining. Stop undermining the peace and stability in this region. Oo. Stop changing the status quo. Tapos sabi, the Global Times, quoting the US Army Pacific Command, said the US deployed the mid-range capability missile system known as Typhoon to the Philippines as part of their joint military exercise. Yan. The Chinese official said the Philippines needed to be mindful of what the US truly wanted and the consequences of going along with the US in deploying the MRBMs. Wow. Pag-isipan daw nating maigi, sabi. The Philippines needed to think twice about being a cat's paw for the US at the expense of its security interests. Uy. Diba? May pagbabanta. Oo. Siyempre, sasabihin na naman sa Pilipinas, huwag kayong makikipagtulungan sa Amerika. Huwag kayong papauto dyan. Kami lang ang friend nyo. Kami lang ang friend nyo. Last time na na nabalitaan ko, wala rong friend na wino-water cannon ng mga barko niya sa dagat eh. Yun yung huling balita ko. Kasi, kapag kaibigan, dapat tinatrato mong kaibigan, hindi mo tinatratong kaaway. Pero may papanoorin tayong interview ng isang tunay na international relations expert. Oo. Huwag tayo dun sa nagpapanggap. Totoong IR expert kasi practitioner siya eh. Oo. Pero lang naman kasi simple yun. So, in-interview si Professor De Castro kanina sa, ano ba to? Storycon ng One News. Although ito, mga dilawan to lahat yan, mga dilawan yan. Ito di ko to alam. Pero to lahat, yan, tatlong yan, dilawan yan, for sure. But then again, mga kochero, ito nga yung akin. I guess itong issue ng West Philippine Sea should transcend political affiliations. Dapat, mga kochero, tayo mga Pilipino, kahit ikaw ay DDS, mapadilawan, DDS, loyalista, pro-admin, neutral, whatever, dapat iisa tayo ng boses dito. And ang problema, hindi iisa ang boses natin. Kasi may mga maiingay na China propaganda. So, para natin interview na to, mabilis lang naman, 10 minutes lang. Isinama ko to kasi this is very informative sa nangyari kahapon na pagbaba ng ng missiles ng Typhoon sa Pilipinas kahapon.
We're having you here with us this afternoon because we want to find out about the American missiles that are actually deployed in Cagayan at this very moment. This seems to be an underreported.
The first time they deployed it, yeah.
Yeah, this seems to be a very underreported incident or development that we are hosting. Pinag-uusapan lang to dati, di ba, debate, that America was planning to deploy medium-range missiles. It was never mentioned that Philippines would be among those places that they will be deployed. Pero right now, yun pala, they've been deployed here.
Yeah. So let me explain this. So this is the type of what you call intermediate range ballistic missile. So it's between what we consider intercontinental ballistic missile, which is for strategic, and of course below that you have the short range. So this is in the middle. So in 1988, based on the INF Treaty Intermediate Range Ballistic Missiles Agreement between the Soviet Union and the United States dismantled all its intermediate range ballistic missiles, the first thing. So, but then later, of course, they realized that China has developed a lot of short-range, intermediate-range ballistic missiles that are part of China's anti-access area denial strategy in the South China Sea, in the Taiwan Strait, and in the waters of the First Island chain. So the U.S. military, specifically the U.S. Army, found the need to develop and, of course, deploy a new generation of intermediate-range ballistic missiles. And, of course, for the first time, they have deployed it, but I don't think this will be deployed on a permanent basis.
Okay.
Because these are mobile. What they actually deployed are mobile lancers.
Oh,
So I don't think they'll be deployed here or installed here. It's really more of, I guess, messaging and symbolism, assuring us that we will have at least capacity to reinforce what we call the comprehensive archipelagic defense concept, and also, of course, a signal to countries or a country that's planning on expanding and committing acts of aggression and coercion against the Philippines and possibly against Japan and even Taiwan.
So, Professor, itong mga missiles na ito na long range na hindi lang sila short range, ay makakaabot sa mainland China at saka sa Taiwan.
Yun.
So hindi lang to pang
Island. It could reach as far as Hainan Island.
hindi lang siya pang West Philippine Sea. Pwede ito sa mga long
Hindi lang
range.
sa West Philippines hanggang sa Hainan Island.
Yeah.
Or even southern China.
Prof, you,
Kaya pala
Professor,
takot.
you mean, ano? This,
Professor, that's
Kaya pala takot ang China kasi kaya silang kaya silang pasukin. Kaya silang tamaan hanggang Hainan Islands daw eh. Tsaka southern part ng China. So medyo malayo, no? Medyo Kaya pala takot. Kaya pala medyo, wait lang. Kalma, kalma, baby, kalma. Kalma tayong konti dyan. Kasi medyo, medyo nakakatakot yung ginagawa ng Pilipinas, ha?
sige, go ahead.
Professor, pang offensive and defensive yan, meaning it can intercept as well.
No. It's an intermediate range ballistic missile, and not an
It's an-
anti-ballistic missile system. You're talking about the Patriot.
Yes.
Patriot
So,
missile.
offensive talaga siya.
Okay, Professor, I recall that when the new EDCA
All
sites
weapons could
were...
be used defensive or offensive, depending on the situation.
Okay, Professor, I recall that when the new EDCA sites were announced by the Marcos administration, the President Marcos said that he won't allow offensive weapons to be deployed on these EDCA sites. So, is this walking back on that pronouncement?
What
Parang
I
di naman.
mentioned earlier, they're mobile. I don't think they'll be deployed in those EDCA sites.
Pero Prof, are
After the
they...
military exercise, they will be brought back to the United States.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Prof, they're here for Salaknib only, or they're going to stay as well for Balikatan
Yeah.
and beyond?
Yes, only for yes.
Only for Salaknib. They're not going to stay for Balikatan, which begins next week.
I don't think so.
Okay, another thing, Professor, these are is it Typhoon or Typhoon?
Typhoon.
Typhoon. Okay,
Typhoon.
these are
Typhoon,
missile
yeah.
launchers, right?
Standard 6.
That's what we understand. These are ground missile launchers that were parang nilagay sa mga truck.
It's mobile.
It's mobile.
It has, I think there's 4. You have 4 launchers there, based on what I've read. Then, of course, it's mobile. It has escort. Actually, it could fire 2 types of missiles.
Cruise missiles.
The Tomahawk and...
Tomahawk cruise missile, SM-6.
Okay, do we know, Professor De Castro, if these Typhoon missile launchers that are here right now also have the cruise missiles or the SM-6 missiles?
It could fire cruise missile. It could fire Tomahawk.
It can fire, but when
May
they were
dala ba?
deployed here, were they deployed already with the cruise missiles?
I don't know. I'm not privy to the operational
Oo,
details.
masyado ng detalyado
I
na
just
yun.
read a couple of articles that came out.
Hindi na hindi
Prof,
na
you were saying
i-announce
a
yun.
while ago that they're not likely to be stationed here precisely because
I don't think so, yeah.
because they're mobile launchers to begin with. But isn't it
Yeah.
possible for them to station them here anyway, even though they're mobile launchers?
Iparada, kumbaga.
Oo.
Nakaparada lang, Prof.
Kumbaga-
It will depend on the agreement. Yeah, they cannot just deploy it. They have to ask our permission.
Especially for the EDCA sites, I suppose.
I don't think they'll be deployed at the EDCA sites. The EDCA sites are mostly air bases and, of course, support facilities. You don't want to put all your eggs in one
Yeah,
basket.
that's true, sir. Yes, sir. Sir.
So the advantage of these mobile missile launchers is it's hard to track them down. That's what I understand in my limited knowledge of weapon systems. No? But you said is it possible that they'll be left behind, these missile launchers? They'll be left behind
I don't
in the
know. I
Philippines.
guess. Again, this is a decision
Pwede
that
yan,
will be
pwede.
made by the Mutual Defense Board.
Pwede yan.
Professor,
So they're here para lang
Posible yon mga kotsero na kasi hindi naman yan dadalin dito para trip-trip lang ganon. Yun? Tinur nyo lang yung nyo, yung tawag dito, Typhoon nyo. Binyahin nyo lang, nag-aksaya kayo ng gasolina para lang iikot yan. No. Pagpapractice na nila yan. Iiwan na yan dito kasi gagamitin nila for practice. Kasi alam nyo mga kotsero, may napanood kasi ako na isang YouTube channel. Tungkol to sa what will happen if China invades Taiwan, parang ganun. Tapos meron siyang parang parang day by day description kung ano yung posibleng mangyari. Sabi, isa daw sa mga strategy na magiging epektibo laban sa China sa panahon na napagtripan niyang sakupin ng Taiwan will be yung mobility. Mobility nung artillery tsaka ng weapon systems. So, it is possible na dadalin na nila yan dito. Tapos aalamin na nila yung mga ideal locations kung saan siya magandang ipwesto. And then pagpapractice na nila yan. I don't think aalisin pa yan. Pero I have a feeling na dadagdagan pa. Ayan ang feeling ko, madadagdagan pa yan. hindi yan, ewan ko, I have a feeling na madadagdagan pa yan. I don't think tatanggalin yan. Madadagdagan pa yan.
For training? Ano ba, demonstration purposes or are they
also
training?
for
Dahil
messaging.
wala naman ang Pilipinas ng ganyan eh. So, they will be training our forces? Wala naman tayong ganyan?
Ami, let me remind you, we have
Yes.
BrahMos. BrahMos
yes.
missile. I think we have 4
So for-
launchers.
Yes. So, for interoperability training yan.
No.
Yeah, of
Ganun
course.
ba yun?
Again, when
Not
people
just that.
Americans are bringing in missiles. My goodness, we just bought a missile system
Okay.
from India.
Okay.
Yes, BrahMos.
Okay.
Prof, sabi
Yeah.
kasi ng Armed Forces ay dineploy itong Typhoon missile sa Northern Luzon. Pero wala silang binanggit na specific place.
Tama lang
alam niyo
yun.
ba kung saan sa Northern Luzon nilagay yan?
Yes, sabi, dun nila, Again, it could be mobile. It could be moved from Northern Luzon, even as
kasi-
far as Metro Manila. Of course, ang question yan, can it be
I have a feeling pa mga kotsero na baka hindi Taiwan Strait ang talaga niyan eh. Feeling ko baka somewhere in Zambales yan ipopwesto. Bakit? Kasi importante yung Zambales para sa kung aatakihin nila yung mga militarized islands, artificial islands dyan sa may bandang West Philippine Sea. Bakit importante yon? Kasi makakagawa sila ng choke point. Pag na-choke nila yung South China Sea, halimbawa lang naman, nandyan si Vietnam. Di ba? Nakikipag-alyansa si Vietnam kay US. Naniligaw nga dagdag pa kayo mga negosyo dito, dagdag pa. Sabi ni Vietnam. Sabi ni Vietnam, Saka may din siya, may issue din siya kay China eh. So, halimbawa si Vietnam, naki-join dyan. Sabi niya, sige, patumbahin natin si China. Macho-choke na yung West Philippine Sea. Macho-choke mo na yung South China Sea. Kasi doon siya sa kabilang side eh. Choke mo na yun. Kung sumama pa si Thailand, kung sumama pa si Malaysia, although I doubt na sasama rin si Indonesia. Pero let's say lang, sumama si Indonesia. Macho-choke mo na yung lalo si Brunei, nasa pinakadulo siya. Dadaanan talaga yun. Tsaka si Malaysia. So, macho-choke mo si China. Paano mo siya macho-choke? Kasi si China, contrary to popular opinion, kahit mayamang bansa si China, contrary to popular opinion, nabubuhay sila sa imports. Lahat ng pagkain nila, import. Gamit nila, import. Lahat yan, import. So, pag na-choke mo yung West Philippine Sea, na-choke mo yung kalahat, yung South China Sea, kabuuan ng South China Sea, wala, magugutom na lang yung mga sundalo doon. Hindi mo kailangan magpalipad ng missile. I'm more inclined to think na kaya gusto nilang ilagay yung mobile kasi pwede mong maipit eh. Maipit mo si China sa Luzon Strait, wala makakalabas, wala makakapasok. Ipitin mo rin sa may bandang Zambales para doon sa sa South China Sea. Ayun, tapos. Hindi mo kailangan magpalipad ng missile. Gutumin mo lang sila. Gutumin mo yung mga tao. Pag nagutom na yan, wala. Sila mismo sisira sa sarili nila. Kaya siguro mobile yung strategy nila. Tuloy natin.
built by our highway.
Okay, that's important.
Siguro pwede sa bukid.
Mga highways natin.
Prof,
Anyway,
Prof, in the event that they are deployed here,
The public works and highways.
yes, Prof. Prof, in the event that they are to be deployed here, just in the event, I suppose that would require an entirely separate agreement.
No.
Because it is not
No,
part of
that's
EDCA.
under
No,
MDT.
no. No, it's part of the Mutual Defense Treaty.
See?
The mother treaty there is the Mutual Defense Treaty.
Yes, sir. But you know, the deployment of a U.S. missile system in the Philippines, would that be part of the MDT?
Yeah, of
Everything.
course.
Everyone's
Mutual
decided
Defense
by the
Treaty
Mutual
nga eh.
Defense Board.
Yes, tama yan.
Okay. Professor De Castro, how do you think China would respond to this action, to this deployment?
What do you think?
Sabi nga ng AFP, lagi na lang ng pumunta lang si Secretary Gibo Isidoro sa Batanes and announce he will increase our reservists. You see how the Chinese reacted. Increase
Professor,
lang natin yung number of reservists sa Mabulis Island. You know, China is trying to impose a veto on our defense decision.
Okay.
So we really allowed China and even care to what China would say and think.
Dito ko natatawa sa mga opinion makers ng mga Duterte Balahura supporters. Totoo lang. Yung question na yon. Why do we have to care about what China thinks? Bakit kailangan natin pakialaman yung nararamdaman nila? May pakialam ba sila sa nararamdaman ng Pilipinas? Wala. Tapos kapag tao dito, kapag gumawa ka ng paraan para i-assert mo yung iyong mga karapatan, sasabihin, nanggugulo ka sa regional stability, peace and stability. What the heck? Tama yung question eh. Why do we have to care about what China thinks? Hindi naman tayo probinsya ng China. But ngayon, mga kotsero, hindi na uubra yung hindi na uubra yung sasabihin mo na Pilipinas, tuta ng Amerika. No, it doesn't eh. It doesn't work anymore. Bakit? Kasi babalik ka lang din dun sa argumento na nung panahon na kakaalyado natin ang China, may nakuha ba tayo? May napakinabangan ba ang Pilipinas? Wala. Sasabihin nila, nung pandemic, ang daming vaccines galing China, ang daming donate ng China. Oo, nagamit ba? Alam niyo ba yung mga kotsero, yung mga vaccines galing ng China, yun yung last resort vaccines? Yung kapag naubusan na, yun sabi, ang dami-daming pinasok na negosyo ng China, ganyan. Puro pogo. Tapos dun sa pogo na yun, ang mga empleyado nila, mga kinidnap galing China. Tapos, dito mismo sa Pilipinas, nagkikidnapan sila, yung mga puting ban. Diba, nagkaroon nga ng niyan. Pag may nakita kang puting ban, mag-ingat-ingat ka, baka ikaw na yung kidnapin. Ganon. Ayan. So mga kutsara, maraming po salamat sa inyo patuloy na pag-support sa ating channel. Huwag niyo po kalimutan mag-subscribe at i-follow tayo sa ating mag-subscribe sa ating Coach Jared YouTube channel at i-follow din tayo sa ating Facebook page. And I'll see all of you in our next Coach Jared Live. God bless you. See you next time, guys. Bye. Pag ganun, huwag natin gawing tanga mga Pilipino. Mas maganda kasi nasa lugar ka ng tama kaysa yung pinipilit mo yung pagkakamali. Are they willing to go that far? Hindi makakalimutan ng Pilipino yan hanggat di nasasagot niya. Sino ngayon nagsasabi ng totoo?